Howdy and welcome to the Mighty Mighty Chuck channel. I'm Chuck. Okay, the topic of this video is Theresa May. Now first, let me say how awful what's been happening in Great Britain is and how our sympathies obviously go to England. There is no excuse for that kind of violence. There is no excuse for that kind of violence. Now, I don't know what the laws are in Great Britain, but I know here in the United States, if you go into a park and you use fighting words, if you incite violence, you get arrested. If you go into a bar and you start a brawl, you use fighting words, you start a brawl, you get arrested. You incite violence, you get arrested. Okay, so it's understood that if you go online and you're inciting violence, if you're trying to get people to hurt other people, you should get arrested. If you cross that line, and you basically are trying to get people to hurt other people, yeah, you should get arrested. I mean, there's no question about that. If you want innocent people to get hurt, you should get arrested. There is that line between free speech and using fighting words and trying to incite violence and trying to get people hurt. Free speech does not include using fighting words and trying to incite violence and getting people hurt. You can peacefully disagree with somebody. You can peacefully point out what's wrong with a political point of view. You can peacefully do that without crossing that line. You can peacefully defend what is happening in your country. You can peacefully make the case that what the West is doing may be wrong, or what the Middle East is doing is wrong, or whatever group it is. You can make the case, peacefully make the case that whatever group is doing, you can make the case that what they're doing is wrong. You can give your opinion on what other people are doing and how you disagree with them. But you can't call for those people to be hurt. You cannot call for innocent people to be hurt. That's understood. Now, it's also understood that the internet most certainly is not the only means of communication. You have telephones, your cell phones. You have snail mail. You can still write a letter. You can write out a letter. And there's more understanding that there's some privacy in that snail mail than there is to what you do online. It's pretty much understood that the government's going to be knowing what you're doing online. They got all kind of spy programs out there. They're pretty much going to know what you're doing online. But like I said, there's other means of communication. There's snail mail. There's telephones. You go to your church or your mosque. You go to bars. A lot of communication in bars. Yeah, baby. You looking good tonight, baby. I mean, communication happens. People communicate. They should be able to communicate. That's what free speech is about. And there's all kinds of places that you can communicate. There's all kinds of places you can meet people and have casual conversations and enjoy good conversation. The internet is not the only place where people meet and have conversations. And the internet is not the only place where some people cross that line and do bad stuff or suggest bad stuff, where they cross that line. There's all kinds of places out there in this large earth where communication happens, and some of that communication may be trash talk, maybe people, talking down to other people, maybe people doing wrong, let me make clear, doing wrong and trying to incite violence. There's all kinds of places out there where that happens. It's not just the internet. So when Theresa May responds to a vile, hideous, just awful thing in England, when she responds to that by calling for global censorship of the internet, you have to wonder, you have to ask, what is wrong with the woman? What is wrong with Theresa May? What on earth would cause her to think? I don't care what kind of intel she may have been looking at. I don't care what kind of crap may have been being whispered in the ear from some deep state operative. What would cause the woman to think that now is the time to promote the deep state agenda, the deep state agenda to censor the internet? What would cause her to think now's the proper time to promote that craziness? What would cause her to think now's the time to promote Hillary Clinton's idea, Barack Obama's idea, the deep state's idea, to censor the internet? Does she have no feelings for her people at all? Does she have no love for her people at all? Is she so bent on serving the globalists? So bent on serving the globalists? So bent on serving the globalists? That she has no compassion, no love, no nothing in her heart for her own people? How cold-blooded is she? How calculated is she? Hell, I think she may be Hillary Clinton. Yeah, I said it. Anyway, thanks for listening. If you have a different opinion, what can I say? My opinion's kind of strong on this one. Don't censor the internet. Thank you for listening.